I am sure many of you tried your best and didn't give up because you believe that magic happens when we don't give up. So white started with king g7. Now black has got two choices, either h4 or he can bring king to b6. So most likely black will go with h4. Now white makes another trickiest move, king f6. Now we can see that white tries to come towards the pawn, at the same time tries to support his pawn and the square of pawn promotion, that's a c8 square. So what happens next? Black has got two choices again, h3 and king b6 to catch the white's pawn. So let's see if he plays h3. Now I would suggest that yes, white has to give up the pawn chase and just come towards his pawn and the square of pawn promotion, that's c8. So you can simply play king e6 or king e7. Now again two options with black. If he plays h2, you can simply play c7. Again there are two choices with black. If he plays h1 equals to queen, white can also promote c8 equals to queen, and with the fair play both players get a draw. Instead of h2, if black plays king b6, you can support your pawn by playing king d7. Another option with black was, instead of h3, can he play king b6? Let's see, white can make another magical move, king e5. Now this is interesting. We can see that white's king is almost there in the square rule. Now this king is just one square away from that square, e4 to e1, e1 to h1, h1 to h4 and h4 to e4 again. Now black's choice, whether he wants to capture white's pawn or he wants to push pawn to h3. So if he captures king into c6, white catches the black's pawn with king f4, and in case black plays h3, white will give up the chase again and come to support his pawn with king d6. Beautiful finish by white. The route he took, king g7, king f6, king e5, which was helping him to either catch black's pawn or to support his pawn and the square of promotion, that's c8 square. So wonderful finish.